Okay, we are 88 days out today, max effort bench day, and all I can say about Saturday's squat at this point is that running the high bar, keeping it in the pocket was 100% the right call, because I feel so much more alive than I did on Thursday or on Saturday. Now, I know what I want to be running for today's max effort press, but with that tricep being a little bit pissy as of late, I need to be aware that I'm not overcooking it. As of right now, it does feel pretty damn good, but depending on how these first couple warm-ups go, I do have my plan A, but I also have a plan B in store.
And if you're new to the channel, this is me documenting everything it has taken and everything it will take to go from ripping my pec off the bone and getting it reattached all the way to hitting my lifetime goals on the platform. So far, we came back from that pec tear in under 9 months to hit an all-time PR total, then started the process of losing over 100 pounds of body weight so that we can build back better, which is what we are working on right now. Not a whole lot of this has been fun or easy, but my hope is by sharing the journey, you'll be able to learn something that will make you a better lifter, and more importantly, it will show you that no matter how tough a situation looks, as long as you don't quit on yourself, it will get better.
And plan A is going to be working up to something half decent, full range of motion, then adding the shoulder taper pad on. So we'll see how one red feels on that elbow, and then make the call on whether we're going to keep on trying this. I think we're good for at least one more jump. And I don't know, FAFO, straight to 2 reds. Like, if it's going to go bad, it's going to go bad regardless. So let's try our best to make it go good.
You can self-book a mat. Yeah, just like check out your boots. Only you're between the ages of 45 and 74. What? So you got to fucking wait another 13 years before I diagnose myself.
I think we're pretty okay. Might as well take another adult-sized jump. And even if this is the most aggressive I've been on bench warm-ups in a long time, like, I am longing for the day when I can go like 1, 2, 3 for my warm-ups on bench, but little ways to go yet. What I need to be thinking about here is seeing if I can be a little bit more assertive with the lats on the unwrap.
There were days I wanted to live a simpler life, but then that beat in my head bangs and I pick up that mic. Yeah, I represent for that nice life, and I've been on mine sticking hard right. When the moon's out, I'm a werewolf, so you better go get them searchlights. Got a mean bar.
Yeah, I think we're doing okay today. So, official plan at this point is see how light 3 reds feel, and then either go up from there again full range or put the board down, but I'm leaning towards go up again full range, so let's make it move good. And it feels light, gonna cocky pause. Yeah, I think we're doing okay today. New official plan. If the next one feels really good, we might not even put the board down today. So yeah, got the belt and mouth guard out so we can cheat a little bit harder for this set. When I am wearing a belt for bench press, I'm going to be having it way lower and way tighter than I would for squats and deadlifts so that I can expand more on top of it. Bah. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And thinking about it, that is the most we benched so far this training cycle. Elbow feels really good at this point. Pecs, shoulders, zero weirdness at all. And you know what? I'm going to not be a dumbass for once and say doing a little bit of a cocky pause of 415 is good enough on the day. Definitely something that we can build off of. And remembering the big picture right now and what I keep on saying, the most important thing is that I don't fry myself with the food ramping up and with suddenly feeling strong again. So I think we're going to be lame and cap it there for today and go and jam on some of our accessories. Some of our accessories, I mean, we're going to go jam on all of our accessories because we're not going to half-ass them. For that, with the elbow spice, I picked the camera, walked over to the other side of the gym because I wanted to run the machine jam presses. That felt pretty good last week, but there are a bunch of dudes lined up to try to use the thing because it's a really good press machine in general, so I understand when people want to use it, but because I don't want to take part in a lineup to do it, I'm going to see if we can manage loading a little bit better and get JMs to feel not terrible with a barbell here, so wish me luck. Was kind of playing with hand angle and elbow position to see if I could just make it feel good. It all felt about equally not perfect, but it's good enough that we can at least slap a little bit of weight on. And right now, the worry isn't that, like, I'm not scared of triceps getting weak, because as long as we're still able to press decently and do something for triceps, we shouldn't have too much fall off, and they are feeling really strong, like on a press with limited elbow band where it doesn't hurt at all. But what I need to be doing is making sure that I am getting that desensitization at that longer length so I can load the JMs and push them again, because being able to push these is going to be very important at the tail end of meet prep. So let's see if we can make this embarrassing amount of weight feel not terrible. And I am kind of cutting range to where it doesn't get too spicy, but feels manageable here. We'll put a red on. To be clear, I am definitely kicking myself for overcooking those rolling extensions a couple weeks ago, because had I not overcooked them, we'd probably be able to do a lot better here than we are right now. But at the same time, you need to, like, not beat yourself up too much from those kind of mistakes, because when you do make them early in a prep, like for myself at least, it becomes a really good reminder to make better decisions moving forward. So hopefully we'll be able to remember that towards the end and not screw things up when it really does matter. But goal here is to make this at least doable, and if it's at least doable, it's going to be a lot better than last week. Actually felt pretty damn okay, which is exciting considering we couldn't even really do a red last week. So even if it isn't perfect right now, it is definitely getting better. So we are on the right track. I wish it would happen faster, but sometimes you got to be a little bit patient. Was gonna go up a 10 aside, but I don't know if you can see it in the background. All of the 10s are buried underneath the change plate, so we're gonna be a little bit stupid and give 205 a run, but it's not that stupid because I know that if it feels sketchy, I can just put it back, and I'm pretty confident that it's not gonna feel sketchy with how plate felt. And actually gonna anchor with some leg drive because this is kind of getting to non-embarrassing loading. Much harder than I wanted that to be, but pretty happy that the elbow didn't feel sketchy, so we're going to run another one there. And for reference, where I really need to be on these at the end of the meet prep is going to be like 335 to 365 if I want to bench what I want to bench. So we do have a long way to climb, but at least we are back to climbing. Even if 205, like, not super stoked on the loading here, the cool part is that, like, walking around, elbow feels pretty lubed up after the fact, so we definitely are nudging her in the right direction. And I think the important thing to note with this, like with the elbow being pissed off, with a couple of the other schnaggles I had early in meet prep, it's like, obviously we don't want anything to be painful when we are training, but if you are pushing yourself, it can be easier to overstep and shit can happen. But that doesn't need to be a reason to panic. That doesn't need to be a reason to quit. That's just a reason to adapt and modify so you can push the thing forward. And I'm glad to see that I'm getting back on the right track in that regard to the elbow. And again, hopefully we can learn from it and not be silly when things start to count more. But Anyways, I'll shut up and do the set. And that one actually felt pretty damn phenomenal. I don't know if you could tell watching the video, but I could actually put a little bit of force into it off the bottom. So I am very optimistic that we should be able to do better on these next week. So I am very glad that the machining JM thingamabobber was occupied and forced us to use the barbell. Coming up next, I'm gonna jam on something I've been running at home for the elbow homework, albeit with a little bit more load. So we're gonna wander over the dumbbell section and see if there's room for us there. Dumbbell area was pretty damn busy, so snagged a 50. Gonna kick Brittany off her chair. Thank you. And no one is using this thing, so we are gonna run some PJR pullovers here. Try to get a little bit of length through that long head. And like I've been doing these with 25 at home, and it feels really therapeutic. Figured 50 would be a decent starting point, but this feels solid. We can probably go up. Oh, caught my hat. There, scooped it back on. Just gonna dig into the set because higher reps will not hurt with that desensitization and tissue tolerance that we're looking for. We'll grab a little heavier dumbbell because that did feel really good. And the plan was to grab a 65, but the nearest pair of 65s were being used, so we're getting adventurous and sloshing up a 70, which isn't that heavy, but hopefully feels adequate for the elbow. Brittany, thank you. Feels good. I am a happy boy.
See how she goes. I like 6 G's trying to fucking stab me on my trailer.
Gotta stop hitting the hat though.
Usual caprice. Well, hey, I'll come down and see your trailer, but I need you to pull up this, like, I need you to do like an arcade direction recording this thing.
Yeah, felt good. Elbow is absolutely coming around if we're handling that, so am optimistic for next week for sure. Ow. That's lower than I thought it was. Anyways, we are gonna jam on the world's heaviest pec deck because pecs have been feeling really good as of late. And what I'm thankful for today is that I'm sharing it with Miana, so I finally get to feel a little bit strong while using this stupid thing. Because it is freaking hefty. Like, I don't want to meet the guy that can use the full stack on this. Well, I mean, the guy that can use the full stack on this can probably bench 7 raw, so maybe we should aspire to be like him. We'll go up a little bit for the next set. Didn't hit my head this time, but that last one felt pretty good, so taking a somewhat hefty jump. And for the sake of not making my pec sore as shit, we're gonna cap her a little bit short of true failure. Because last time, like, I pushed these heavy, pecs were broken for like a week, so we'll go for a heavy push, but not like really push into her. Really freaking stoked how that felt, actually. So we might be on the right track. And as much as I do hate how humbling that machine is, I'm very glad we stocked it up and started running it again, because if I can make the pecs feel good on something that is that aggressively loaded, like it is so freaking heavy at the bottom, they're going to do way better on bench. And on that note, we're going to give 410s here a decent crank, and if we're able to crank it decently, we'll go 5 for the next set. We'll go 5. And you know what? For good measure, little 5-pound plates are out, so we'll toss her on just for fun. So, big crank here. Favorite side delt machine of all time. So might as well follow that up with my favorite lat machine of all time, remembering to raise the handles up before we get in it. May come as a surprise, but I am not, in fact, 5'6". And if you're wondering why I like this thing so much, it is entirely because there's a mirror in front of me and my arms kind of look big. But the strength curve is really, really cool feeling, like you can get such a big squeeze in the bottom, and that's something that is important for maintaining upper back position on both squats and bench. And like the machine's heavy enough at the top that you can actually like get a decent amount of lat stretch too, so all around wonderful. Yeah, and like as of now, I have no reason to not run this machine every single week for the rest of my life, so we're gonna keep jamming on her. Gonna remember to lift the thigh pad up so we can get in a little bit better here for round 2. Oh yeah. Should have rolled my sleeves up a little bit more. Oh well. Lat pump going wild. Yeah? Do I need it?
You could never be too safe. That's why I'm wearing a condom right now.
Anyways, gonna jam on rears. Back on the Dixie heavy sucker. Using the same weight that Darrell just did, so hopefully I don't embarrass myself. Well, that's actually manageable, so we'll do a couple, then go up. Not going to be super aggressive with the jumps just because this thing is so heavy and I don't want to get caught by surprise or something. We can probably go up again from here. And what's cool about this is, last couple weeks that I've ran this since the elbow was pissed off, that tricep isometric on the left sid did kind of hurt. Zero pain today, so we are on the right track. And we'll take another jump. Now, this one probably will be aggressive, and I probably will have to get a little bit sloppy, but I'm okay with that because when I'm running these for the sake of getting better at creating upper back or delt tension on bench press, running them heavier tends to do well for that. Don't know where to put either hand. Yeah, hefty. And elbow still feels good, so am stoked. As much as I do hate this machine, I actually really do like it. And for today's arm touching, we're gonna be hiding in the back for some stretchy incline curls, just to make sure that everything continues to feel good under the squat bar and at the bottom of the bench. And what I want you guys to notice when I'm doing these is that I'm not like cheating and rolling the head up, rolling the rib cage so it's less of a stretch, trying to keep my head pinned back, scaps pinned down, so that it is as aggressive on the shoulder socket as I can make it. Feels good. Ease into it. Don't force loading, because if you do force loading, it will feel nasty from experience, but if you take time to build it up, it starts to get pretty nice, which is also something I can say from experience, because the first time I ran these, went way too heavy, shoulders felt like shit, and I thought they were bad, but then I got less stupid and realized that if I build up the normal position, it would work better, so that's where we are now. Feels wonderful. And I'm laughing at myself because on my lower body days, I cannot stop complaining about how shitty the glute and back pumps are getting. But on upper body days, like a nice bicep pump, it is freaking nice. So I guess it's kind of a trade-off worth having. But I mean, like, if I could go the rest of my life with never having a low back pump, I'd be okay with never having a bicep pump, because the negative of a low back pump on a deadlift day, much worse than much more terrible than the positive would be with a bicep pump on a bicep day. I don't know. I'm not making sense. I'll just do reps. Yeah, they're blown up. And what I'm thinking here is, since I discovered that I got a half-decent hip flexor touching setup at home in the basement, I would probably rather run my hip flexors as part of my movement prep and take advantage of this sucker so we're still able to touch some TA and obliques well in the training week, since there's less good rotation options at home. Yeah, this thing is fun. And I think, like, this thing being so much harder than when we were pushing it is probably a good sign that we should start pushing it again. Such a fun machine. Like, the reason I like this so much is because I'm planting and being able to pull off my adductor. The feel feels very specific to my squat brace. I'm okay with that. And I mean, today didn't go as planned, since I didn't really follow either of the plan A or plan B options that I had in mind. But I think the fact that I just did comp bench and it felt as good as it did, like that's better than feeling like 375 wasn't perfect and then wanted to put the board down to go up. And even though we did end on that too easy note, in a way I'm kind of like, I wish I would have loaded 445 on the bar, because it probably would have moved okay. But considering that I already am so far ahead of where I was at this point in the last meet prep, I don't think we need to be forcing it. I don't think we need to be pushing it. And I'm glad that we didn't, because every time so far that we have taken, an extra jump than we should have, we ended up feeling a little bit shitty the next day, or we had a little bit of a snaggle. So, like, I can't complain. Like, I do feel lame for capping it early, because I spent so much of my career just making my max effort work as gross and as gnarly as I possibly could. But because I was making it as gross and gnarly as possibly could, I had problems that were associated with making it gross and gnarly as it possibly could. Number one, it was hard to string consecutive good weeks together, and I'd have to take more, easy variations to underload and kind of deload myself. And number two, I got really beat up early in my career. So we're trying to learn from it as we move forward. We're trying to make sure that we're keeping things in the pocket, keeping things moving smooth, keeping things feeling good. And even if it isn't the most exciting strategy right now, I'm very confident that if we do continue keeping the pocket, keeping training appropriately for where we are, and not being in a rush to put weight in the bar, it is going to be very fun when we can push during the peak, because we're going to be feeling good, feeling fresh, and ready to push. So I think that's what I got for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. Have a good rest of your night, and I will see you in the team.